Okay, so we'll talk about why do we need data type. There are two reasons. One is a communication to the computer. We need to tell the computer the data that we want to store, what type it is. So we have to tell the data type. So computer need to know what to expect. Are you going to send numbers or text or objects, or what are you going to send? So what data you will be sending, what type of data you want to be sending. So first, what type of data. The second thing related to that, what memory space you need for that data. By telling what is the data that we need, we already told the computer what memory space we need. Why? Because in the computer system, each type of data has a maximum space that it can hold, it can use. So if, for example, the data type byte can store maximum of 127. The number that you store there is 127. If you have a number has with a value 128, it cannot fit into the byte. You need to go to a higher one. The next one is short, which is 16. Then you have the int 32 and long 64, and also there is float and double. We'll come to them in detail later. So by telling what data type, we already told the computer what memory we need. So the computer has to reserve that memory. As soon as you declare a variable like price as a float, so you said float price, the computer system will reserve a space of data type float, and the size of that one will be 32-bit. So you can use. Now once we do that, what we can do, if we do it right, always use the right data type for the right reason, then we will be able to optimize our memory space. We can use the right space for the right size of data. For example, if we want to store the number of months in a year, the number of months in the year is 12 months. It will not go up, it will not go down, because we live on the earth and that's where it is. It is 12 months. And if I store it in an integer or long or short, I'm just wasting space, because the number 12 will require only a small data size, which 5 bits around. So the byte is good enough for that. The byte can hold 8 bits. So you can use byte better than. So if this way, if you use the right data type, we are optimizing our computer memory. In Java programming language, data type is very important. Why? Because Java is one of those languages, you call it strongly typed language, which force the programmer to identify or declare in advance what are the data types for each variable or object or function or method. So it has to specify the data type. If you don't do that, you will get a compiler error. Languages like Python, for example, they don't care about the data type. It will done dynamic, but again, it's not optimizing the memory. What that means? That means every calculation in Java will be checked against the correct data type. So if you have two variables, one is byte, one is int, and you're adding them together and you're storing the result in a byte, this will not work. Why? Because byte will not hold the value of int, because int is too big. So the compiler will check that mathematical calculation or arithmetic calculation and make sure the data types there are correct and they can be stored into the right variable, and there is no loss of data. So you do not lose data when you do that, because when you add different data types, you will see later you might lose some data. So that's important, and this will help you with preventing errors, syntax errors, and also logical errors where we produce the wrong answers, and also improve the readability of your code. So when you go through the code, you understand all the data types and you know how they fit together to create the solution you're looking for. So all variables, expressions or calculations, and values must have a type in Java. If you don't have a type for every of this, then you will have an error in your code. I hope you find the video useful. Thank you for watching.